Welcome back to Cookies and Milk episode 164. I'm your host, William.
I'm your host, Ben. It's episode 164. Today's cookies are Chips Ahoy! Choops a Hoops.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Yes, and as it's Thanksgiving, we're going to talk about food in video games.
Yeah.
And also maybe what we're thankful for in video games.
Maybe,
I don't know. I want to say I'm thankful for the new buffs to Iron Bear in Borderlands. I haven't gotten a chance yet.
I'm thankful for in-app purchases.
I'm thankful for whales keeping the mobile game industry alive.
Jesus. Yeah.
Talking about something for me to eat. Content, I guess. You ever think that's kind of weird? Right?
What?
That, like, mobile games are sort of predated on the fact that whales exist. Like, that's why they exist.
It is very peculiar. And I feel like with some whales it makes sense because it's content for them.
Yes. Not most of them. I would wager most of them, if you take the percentage of whales in mobile games, you're probably going to get maybe 25% that, like, do make content out of it.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
I wish we could put ads on our pull videos.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
I wish we could put ads on anything. I didn't put an ad on fucking Cookies and Milk.
They never break 10 views.
I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll ad block myself.
What?
When I watch the podcasts.
You'd block the ads on your own video?
I would put an ad on my video and watch the ad and pay myself.
But you immediately said ad block yourself.
I would block myself with ads from watching my content.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, man.
I'm talking 2 ads, unskippable, 15 seconds long.
The movies that sometimes worm their way into the ads.
Hour-long ads that you have to watch at least a minute of before you can skip through it.
Or sometimes you're in the shower listening to YouTube music, and then an ad comes on that's like 2 minutes long, and it's hell.
And you can't do anything.
You can't do anything about it. That's where you're stuck for the next 2 minutes, as it turns out.
Your shower's over.
Yeah, you're no longer enjoying yourself. You're just trying to get clean as fast as possible.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, I'm thankful for music in video games. Music is a good way to feel a game and enjoy it. And it's the easiest way to re-experience emotions that are gained from the game without playing it all again.
It does take you back when you hear music from a video game. And it's the only kind of thing you're going to sort of stumble upon.
Yeah.
Unless you're, like, in video game stuff. I mean, I guess, alright. I say that, like, as if you could stumble upon the music from Pokemon Crystal randomly, like, while you're out shopping. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But it's sort of more likely that that'll happen. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
You want to know something funny?
Sure.
I was at work, just sitting with 2 of my coworkers.
And Pokemon Crystal music came on, if you can fucking believe it.
How many Naruto openings do you know?
200.
Okay. I trust you. Do you know Bluebird?
Yeah.
So, they were listening to like a top 10 basketball thing, or top 10 impersonations.
What?
Like impersonation stand-up comedies. And they were like, and then like, it ended, and then the end slate music was Bluebird. But like, not like vocals or anything, just like an instrumental version of Bluebird, and I'm just like sitting there, like next to them, and I'm like, what? Why is that? How would they find that?
Well, I was on my Discover Weekly, and are you familiar at all with Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
You're familiar enough to know like the main song, the "Do the Impossible"?
Yeah,
See the Invisible?
I have a cover of it on my. Oh. I have a cover of it on my...
Oh, the lights almost went out for a second
the
there.
fuse broke. Yeah, I have a cover of it on my... it's because of the... But here's the thing. We got a fun thing right here. It's an audio podcast recorded on a phone that doesn't need the internet to record this audio.
Yeah, we're all set. Come hell or high water.
Oh, it's very high water.
Oh, God. Is that hell?
But yeah, I know.
I got a version on my Discover Weekly that didn't have the lyrics. Didn't have.
It is very windy outside, I imagine.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna knock our fuse box right off the wall of the house.
Changes.
Neither one of those is true.
Electrical tower comes crashing through our window. Just our window.
We're on the basement floor.
We have windows.
Yeah, but still.
I guess.
It would have to fall and then the wind would push it. The lyrics weren't in it.
That's awful.
So I was listening to the whole thing and I was waiting for it. I was like, oh yeah, man.
This is the worst. We can't keep reacting to the light flickering on and off.
I'm in kind of a cool mood. I got like some characters and stuff going, and give me the lyrics. And it was like, no. And I was like, ooh, and here's where the lyrics go. No, they don't. The lyrics don't come in.
Yeah, that's not a good cover of that song.
It did make me think about it, though. That it's kind of weird that it's like a over-the-top classical music and then like a Japanese rap.
Yeah, that's fair.
I listened, so I was like, well, fuck. Go to Spotify, search the song, fast forward a little bit in each version to make sure it's got the lyrics, but the actual song is not on Spotify.
Yeah, that's
so I had to back out, go to YouTube.
Look up that one 4chan
video. One 4chan video.
Yeah, you asked me if I had known the one, but of course I did. I watched that video with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that exact video while I was listening to it. Good times.
Man, 4chan was a real enigma to me as like a kid.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that I had no idea what the I came meme was?
No, nice.
I thought it was like a cool thing, like I showed up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, I don't know that I knew what it was.
Right, that's fair.
But there's a lot of stuff that you see when you're on the internet and you're like, haha, yeah. Just like that.
Yeah. It's so surreal thinking about all those epic compilation videos.
We watched a lot of those.
Yeah, that'd be playing from like Dragon Force and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like with Dragon Force playing over it.
Just like a bunch of weird GIFs.
Yeah, a lot of weird GIFs of like people dying and like pedophile jokes. And like the I came jokes. Oh. What was mid 2000s 4chan?
You say that like 4chan has changed at all.
Yeah, you true. That's fair.
4chan is always one of those weird websites where it's got so much going on there.
I feel like it's aged like a fine wine, and I can only find some terrifying fetish art on there.
Did you go onto the terrifying fetish art board?
Oh,
the board for that?
TF? Wait.
Wrong.
What is there a TF board?
Probably. TG is traditional games. I don't think there's a TF board. I think it's just... it's been a second. Oh! D. You're thinking about D.
Alright!
Bit of a channer back in the day.
What are you doing? You were 12?
I went on comics and video games.
You went on comics and video games?
Comics and VG, video games.
I came. Oh, God. There's that one gif of the dude in, like, a horror movie being on a folding mattress, and then the mattress folds up and crushes him like that. I'm like, I don't need to see that. I didn't need to see that. My
favorite thing that my brain has been doing recently, is it'll file things away. This is what I'm not thankful for. Is that it'll file things away. And I can understand where it gets this from, the survival instinct, where if you see something bad, your brain goes, oh, I'll remember that. So you won't run into it again and probably die from the leopard attack that was.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not what it was. So I'll see something online, I'm like, ooh, don't like that one. And it's like, got it. Just to be safe, I'll keep it here and remind you of it so you don't get attacked by a leopard.
Too much. It happens like, way too much.
And then it's like, all right, but just whenever I remind you of this, I'll open up the file and I'll bring out everything else you don't want to remember. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me?
Right.
Can I use this feature of my brain for studying for tests? No. You can't.
Only if you don't like the subject, if it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah. You know, some people will like chew gum when they study to remember flavors. I'll look at things that I dislike and make me cringe.
Yeah, I chew gum during my med terminology class. And then I'll chew that during med terminology quizzes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'll do the same thing.
Except bad emotions.
I'll have a very bad emotion. I'll cringe a lot as I see something on the page, and then I'll
SpongeBob reaction image.
I'll remember that, and then I'll pass my test with flying colors.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every time.
The human brain is something that I'm not thankful for.
Yeah, can I get the fucking warranty plan on this bitch?
It voided after like 3 years.
Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah. You're not meant to live after 3 years. No one is.
It's all downhill from there. You are no longer creating.
Creating.
I guess that's the point, right? There's the point in your life where you're no longer creating new. You're dying faster than you're living. Is that a thing?
I mean, yeah.
Is that at 3 years old?
No, it's not at 3 years old. It's like at 50 or something. It happens much later than people think. They're like, oh, fucking 35 is the cutoff. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You're like living a normal life by that point. If you take care of yourself, you're fine.
Ugh. What I'm trying to think of food in video games.
There are so many childhood cancers because children are developing so rapidly, of like a bunch of parts of their body, and that's why it happens.
I think
you don't see a lot of blood.
I think it's kind of funny in Skyrim. Different topic.
On thin ice.
Flying back over. I think it's kind of funny in Skyrim when you eat a bunch of cheese. I've been thinking about that.
And you don't have to fart. And you have to fart real bad.
Because
and you're like, Lydia! All my farts.
Start the reactor!
Start the reactor.
In any video game where you can just like eat a bunch of cheese. I was at Giant Eagle the other day and I saw like a whole actual wheel of cheese. It was like $100. And I was like, dear God. And there's like cheese that was like $4 per pound of cheese. And I was like, who's buying this many pounds of cheese?
So, fucking Dovahkiin. Some of the cheeses are like 4 to 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Like a full cheese wheel is like 7 pounds. That's a meaty cheese wheel.
Like, can you... And don't... This has been said 100 times before, but it's a very funny thing to think about. Wherein you just fall back. You're like, ugh, this battle with the Draugr is getting intense.
No, let me just say that.
I don't want to use a potion. I'll just eat a whole cheese wheel.
I did download a fucking survival mod.
Where it doesn't pause?
Where, no, that's not the... No, but food loses its, like... You need it for sating hunger, quenching thirst.
Oh, it spoils?
It doesn't spoil, but it doesn't...
Who's surviving, then, huh? What?
It doesn't heal the way you would hope it does. It, like, regenerates, like, 1 health per, like, 3 seconds, and it's like... Oh, no, I can't heal off cheese wheels anymore.
Dude, you know what I'm not thankful for? Fallout 76's food system.
Where they all spoil.
Where it spoils. Any game where there's a time system and your food spoils when you come back to it fucking sucks.
Yeah,
That's so bad.
I wouldn't care if it's spoiled like while I was playing the game. That's just how it works. But the fact that it spoils while you're away from the game,
like that's what are you punishing me for here?
I will say though, it is fun to cook, to make things in Fallout 76.
Yes.
As little as I've seen, as little as I've played of it, having a little farm, making that farm, gathering up the supplies.
Wish it was easier to make a farm.
Yeah, fertilizer is hard to come by, but that's okay. I
haven't gone back to Fallout 76 in a hot second.
Neither have I.
I kind of want to go back to it like one last time to find a great spot for a house, build a house, and just call it good.
I mean, it feels real bad, right?
I know, but I have it installed on my Xbox still, I think.
Probably. We got way too attached to it.
Yeah.
Like we doubled down when we should have backed off.
We spent dollars on it.
I know. It's rough.
And I wouldn't describe it as like bad. I was having fun with it.
Yeah.
And it was fun to play with people. It wasn't great to be sure, but I'm not going to pretend like it was some abomination.
Yeah, that's true.
I would describe it as a lot of wasted potential and a lot of weird design choices.
Right.
I feel like a lot of it just didn't quite live up to what it could have been. The fact that you can't really do anything with your house.
The fact that you can't do anything with your environment really hurts.
Yeah, because it's like, I get why you can't, but at the same time, like, it's so hard to just make a garden, which is the easiest thing to do in Fallout 4. And all I wanted to do was have a little shop where I could, like, sell stuff to people.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that.
What I wanted, like, most of all was, like, for you and, like, let's see, what's a good level? 5,000 players. If you wanted to make a true MMO, give the 5,000 players, like, section off servers, right?
Yeah.
Make it a more barren wasteland. Still give them, like, places to go, stuff like that. But give them settlements to build, like players, stuff like that. I think that would be very fun, and it's permanent on the server. It's ever expanding, ever changing. I think a Fallout game like that, because fucking 20 years after the bombs dropped, you should not come back to find civilization and start it again.
Yeah.
You should come back to find a place that desperately needs civilization to start again.
It's so weird because the game gave it itself the limitation, the no NPCs limitation. And then was like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. And so much of Fallout 76 is literally just that punish you for putting down the game.
Yeah.
Like, in order to quote-unquote beat the game, you need 3 launch codes. These launch codes despawn after a while. They don't work anymore. And it's like, what? So I have to get all 3 of them in, like, a week?
Yeah.
In order to beat the game? And what's my reward for beating the game? I don't know. Boss fight?
And it's like you and your friends. It's like, it's one of those things where you and your friends should collaborate and get it, but, like, how... What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I got lucky with the fact that I came in with a friend, and one of our other friends just so happened to play it.
Yeah.
But...
It was, one of the things that gets me is that right around the time we started to put it down, I had just found, like, some interesting story stuff in the game, where it was like, hey, explore all these bunkers that they were making. People were putting together bunkers.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds really sweet, actually. And there's a bunch of stuff in, like, these computer terminals about it, and, like, lore and stuff for me to follow through. That's really cool. And then it was like, yeah, we're done. And I was like, yeah, it's fine.
It is annoying. It's the fact that nothing gets better
Yeah.
from your actions, because that's the whole thing about doing quests in Fallout, any Fallout game.
Yeah.
You want to see things get better for the quest giver, or fucking anything happen to a character, but that doesn't work in an MMO.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in an MMO.
You can't actually have an impact.
Yeah.
Because everything has to be the same for everyone.
So you end up making all these robots, or you find a recording of a person who's been dead for years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what happens to them.
You find the one, the one robot who's like, "Hey, can you help find this kid? He's my child and he's lost."
Yeah.
And then you like do the whole thing, and it's just like, "Oh, well, he's dead. Thanks for your time."
Or he went to a vault.
Did he actually get to the vault?
It doesn't. You don't know.
Yeah.
But the last thing is that he's like talking to his dad, who does not care about him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wanted you to come home, but this guy's taking me to a vault now. I love you a lot, Dad.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he's like, oh, thank goodness, he's in the vault for 20 years.
Yeah, it's and then there's so many quests that are just like, hey, you want to do this fight? And then once you do the fight, the quest will come back. And it's like, there's no feeling of accomplishment here. It's just ticking a box.
Yeah.
You want to talk about where the quest is the reward? Where it's like, hey, well, you clicked the box. Congrats, here's your XP. Champ, you did it. Now do it again. If you want more XP and more boxes to check. And it's like, I don't really want more boxes to check.
I mean, you know what hurts?
Feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah. The enemies in the game are interesting, you know? Mole men, like miners they're trapped in their suits, like, could you imagine in a normal Fallout game interacting with those types of people?
Yeah.
Like a different race of creatures?
Can you imagine in a normal Fallout game, the Mothman?
That would be great.
Like, all the stuff you find was just like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah.
And like all the,
eggs?
is it, not the eggs, the weird churches or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, this is building up to something, but it's not actually building up to anything, because it can't build up to anything.
Right.
Because it's Fallout 76.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it is. Maybe it's just, but it's not worth looking for.
Yeah, that's the problem. Also, I just saw a headline that was, players can't can't shoot pacifists, so they nuke them instead. So they get the nuclear launch codes and launch the,
No griefing.
Ugh.
Except the game does it for you.
Right.
Good setup. Good system. I mean, also, it's I'm sure everybody's already said how ironic it is that that's the end game of Fallout, is you get more nukes.
Right.
That's not the point. The point's not more nukes. What?
I feel like I watched that, like I saw that and like on Twitter, and like there were a bunch of comments where people were trying to defend it, and I'm sure they had good points, but like, man, that's really just glorifying nuclear war.
Just on its face. Your reward, the Fat Man mini nuke launcher you get is already kind of over the top in Fallout 3 and such.
And 4.
But
I don't believe it's in New Vegas.
Yeah, maybe, probably not.
Maybe it probably is, but
if it is, it's way out there. Like a lot of the things in New Vegas.
Yeah.
Like you got to do a lot of shit to get it. It's not just like, here you go.
You'll notice. So Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 both end with a very like American ending. Like, you storm Capitol Hill or the Jefferson Memorial with Liberty Prime, or you storm the Institute with Liberty Prime.
Yeah.
Because that's the fun thing, right? Like, communism will be answered with this. And then you, like Liberty Prime throws a bunch of nukes around.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 may not be as an explosive ending as 4, but it's, like, nuke heavy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's something charming about Liberty Prime. And it's fun on its face watching it just tear through the streets and take a super mutant behemoth and just shake it and throw it.
Does it do that?
Yeah, there's a part in 4 where a super mutant behemoth runs up on you guys, and Liberty Prime just picks it up and, like, breaks it.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Then throws it, and it's like, nice!
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's a cool scene, but at the same time it's like, wait a minute. What have we learned?
You don't learn anything, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, these 4 big factions vying for power until one gets nuked again. You'd think we'd know better than to nuke our soil again after we got this second chance, no matter how shitty it is.
Yeah. We wouldn't be arms racing the second time.
We should detonate another nuke next to the major settlement in Boston.
It's kind of weird. So much of Fallout, like a lot of that stuff, I'm just like, alright, I just want to have a good time. I don't really... I know the story is bad in 4. I'm just here to have a good time. Do some farming and stuff, maybe do some side quests, see what the world's got. And then in Fallout 76 it was like, alright, we know the plot was a little, wasn't your problem, wasn't your deal in Fallout 4, so we took it out. Here's just the fun stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, no.
Oh.
No, fuck you, no.
I mean, here's what kills me the most. Is that, like, the biggest draws for me is, like, crafting and stuff like that. But it fucking ruined it. Because I got that every single time. I would get that glitch that makes me keep sitting down in the crafting bench, like... I would press circle to get out and then go right back in, and it's just like, I hate it. I dread going to crafting every single time, and I really hope they fix that.
Oh yeah. It's also just the kind of thing that fucking ruins Fallout 76 is level caps on items.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is the goddamn point? It's especially power armor, right? Like the game ruined power armor.
Yeah, you have to take off every piece of power armor, over-encumber yourself, and then run to your base.
Yeah, to store it. So when you can finally use power armor, it's like, oh, I'd like to use this power armor frame, please. And it's like, oh, well, the items on it, the armor is too high level for you, so take that off. Oh. So I get a frame? Yeah, you get a frame.
You get a frame.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. Will say, I like what they did with power armor. Making it a full suit, like...
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like,
just equipment.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite changes. It makes it feel a lot more, gives a lot more weight.
Yeah, especially when you're jumping around and stuff like that. This is a very salty episode.
Yeah, we got all really off topic, and then we talked about Fallout 76, which is weird, because for all intents and purposes, I've gotten sort of tired of hearing people talk about Fallout 76. I get it, that it's like, why is Fallout 76 making the headlines again? Because it's making the headlines again?
Yeah.
And I'm like, just shut up, alright? I get it. I know there is nothing new I could learn about Fallout 76 that would make me give more of a shit than I already give.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Like, I get it. One of these days it's just gonna die, and that's gonna be the news that I'm like, oh, wow.
And it's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
But then you're surprised, everyone was shitting on it, so not that surprising.
Yeah, you hear Battleborn is finally,
Finally?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, oh, shit.
Battleborn should have been dead 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Because it launched with Overwatch and was dead on day one.
That's the most ridiculous thing. thinking about that I was like moderately hyped for both games.
Yeah.
Whew. It's a funny thing because Battleborn has a story mode.
Right.
You can't do the story mode anymore once the game goes down.
Because it's online.
Because it's online.
That's fine.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't care. It's like, that's not that big a deal for Battleborn. But it is a worrying thing about games in general, though.
That's fair.
As we sort of shift into that meta.
Yeah, if they're online always, what's the point of a game that has no supporters?
Stadia, all the bad stuff about Stadia aside, when your console is just streaming, that's gonna be bad for you in like 10 years.
Yeah?
Like, are you gonna still be streaming on your Stadia? No.
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
You're gonna get Stadia 2, and then eventually they're gonna shut down servers for Stadia 1.
I don't think that's how that's gonna work. Because it's just a streaming service.
Where is it streaming from?
Their whole tagline is that it doesn't take up any space.
Exactly. It's not on the console. You're getting it from somewhere else.
Yeah, you're getting it from a server, but what is it connected to?
I don't know how...
Wouldn't they just switch the server? Like, they would just modify the servers, right?
In 10 years, they're not going to keep modifying the servers so you can still play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
But it's the best Assassin's Creed game.
Sure.
Stadia said so.
Whatever.
You can't keep acting like Brotherhood's the best Assassin's Creed game.
I can and I will. Because I'm right.
Revelations!
Oh, damn.
Hookblade!
That's pretty sweet.
Ezio, where is your Hookblade? My what? You're an old man now. You need a Hookblade.
Oh, damn. I guess I'll get my Hookblade. Fuck yeah, you will.
Grenades.
Game was so sweet. Why did we go? Why did we even make more Assassin's Creed games? We peaked. That's as good as it gets.
Had a whole fucking game to sell again, to sell more of. They fit in such a big fat trilogy inside a trilogy.
It's
like, wait, we struck gold with Ezio. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't get better.
We're gonna ride this out real quick.
I haven't even like looked at other Assassin's Creed games. It doesn't get better than Ezio.
I mean, I guess, dude.
I'm sure they have, but man, Brotherhood, the parts where you get your assassin army and you can just call them in as support, fucking dope.
I mean, yeah, sending them all around ancient Rome.
That's what I'm
You know what else
for.
you could fucking do? You could walk around normal Rome in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
What?
It's not Rome, it's Greece.
What's the difference?
Before Rome.
Mm.
I feel like I was gonna say something.
I was also going to say something.
I would hope so.
Yeah, that's how podcasts
It's
work.
a podcast, yeah.
That's but no, yeah, it's not. We've already shifted into an only digital medium for games. Like that's just
where we are.
and it's like, all right, well that's good, but it's gonna be kind of iffy later down the line.
Right.
It's not just like your N64, which you boot up to your TV and it still works just like you left it.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm thankful for owning old consoles.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's something very enjoyable about being able to watch someone play some Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and being able to boot it up normally and play it on a nice quality GameCube.
Mm-hmm. Not having to emulate it.
Not having to emulate it, not having to do anything like that.
Not that we would emulate it.
Not that we would. I close my Pokemon ROMs folder on my laptop and delete it.
I never had that.
I never had that.
Miyamoto.
I would delete it if I had it.
I would, of course I would. You know me.
Miyamoto.
But yeah, it's kind of having an N64 to just sit up and play upstairs. It's kind of weird, because, like, our younger sister grew up with the N64 still in the house and, like, playing on the N64. But, like, kids these days are going to grow up with, like, their youngest...
Like, what?
Their youngest console being, like, a GameCube.
or a PS4
Oh, Wii.
or a fucking yeah. It's funny because Isabel's first console, like she grew up with a PS2, an N64, and then a Wii pretty early in the house. But like, what's the word? When she was born, when the second generation after the N64 was about to happen.
Yes.
Don't you think that's kind of fun? Like that she still like greatly enjoys the N64.
Yeah. It's just got some real charm to it. And that's the kind of thing that it's getting harder and harder to see happening as video games come out.
I think Nintendo's got a good thing going for it.
They always do.
I don't know.
They usually do. I look straight at the Wii U. They usually do.
The GameCube undersold.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's one of the most beloved things now, but...
It's a cult classic.
Right. But you don't want anything that needs to be in mainstream media to be a cult classic.
No. No, it's never a good thing to have created a cult classic.
Right.
Maybe, budget-wise, not a good thing.
Okay, worst case scenario, you make a cult classic that only becomes that famous after you're dead.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario. You're Picasso of yourself, right? It's Picasso?
Probably. I don't want to go on record saying Pablo Picasso died penniless, and then his fucking melted clocks got picked up.
That's not him.
That's Salvador Dali.
Yeah. This is a fucking. We'll go back to Ben guesses about art stuff.
Oh,
Picasso was the one who cut off a piece of his ear. Who did that? Van Gogh.
Pieces.
It was Van Gogh.
Have you seen that Doctor Who episode
where he brings Van Gogh to the future?
Van Gogh to a future to a Van Gogh exhibit,
and he's like tearing up. He's so happy,
but it doesn't matter because the end result is still the same. He still
dies penniless.
Don't make me laugh when I'm about to say someone killed themselves. But like the end result is still Van Gogh committing suicide out of depression. It doesn't matter what the doctor did. It seems like a cruel, uplifting joke to do that.
Doctor Who is kind of a cruel joke at this point, right?
I guess, man.
Is that the end of the episode?
At this point, you mean now that it's a female doctor?
Oh.
That's right. Caught Ben being unwoke again on the podcast. Tune in next time when I kill him.
One more, and I get to complete the punch card.
Punch card is your heart.
We're both sitting at 4 out of 5 not woke points for the punch cards. Like cowboys.
Sweating bullets.
Cowboys at 4 paces.
Oh, God. And we are far out of our lanes. Bye, everybody.